And so when you say hospitals are competitive, I kind of get what that means. For the folks that are listening to us, can you describe, because it's not like it is in the US, let's say, where
No,
you're competing for patients. Actually, it's the last
no,
thing you really want.
no.
But but what does competition look like in Ontario's hospitals? And just for a sense for people of, you know, maybe it's one of the things that we need to think about, how do we fix, because there's a lot that can happen when everyone is working together and pulling in the
Yeah.
same direction.
Well, I mean, there's definitely competition for funding. I mean, the government only has one pot, and everybody wants their share of the pot as much as they can get, because it makes their job easier. And that goes for capital as well. And when I say capital on the provincial funding side, I'm talking about new hospital builds or renovations. Like, there's incredible competition for that, and it is very political because every politician wants a new hospital in their riding that they can say, "Hey, I got you a new hospital." So that is challenging because, for example, my experience in British Columbia, although it is still political, everybody still wants a new hospital in the riding. At least if you're a hospital system with multiple communities and 13 hospitals, you can use a little bit more data driven decision making in terms of who needs the hospital the most.
Right.
And then you put forward your proposal to government. And so that's all they have to choose from. You know what I mean? Whereas this competition in Ontario creates a scenario where sometimes a town that maybe needs a hospital, but another town that really needed it way more doesn't get it because the wrong person is elected there. There's a bit of that. There's also huge competition for staffing, for physicians, for nurses, for allied health professionals, particularly in the GTA, because people can go from place to place. Less so if you're in one town where, if you live in that town, there's one hospital and that's where you work. Um, and now competition with these nursing agencies as well, right? So it's tough because we're just not producing enough um, nurses or doctors, and people aren't working as many hours as they used to. So, you wonder why physicians, for example, we are producing more family docs than ever. We're not getting the proportional number of hours. Why? Because 50% are women and they might go on mat leave and they might have a baby. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I'm not dissing it. It's just a reality. But the expectations around the incremental value of the numbers that you put in training are wrong, because you have to expect that, if I'm going to have this proportion of women, then I have to train more, because they are going to take time off to be with their family. And some of the male physicians are doing the same thing because they can take paternal leave, because gone are the days where physicians want to work 70, 80-hour weeks. They don't want to. They want to be regular people, and so they should. And so we find the same thing sometimes in nursing where, they don't want to work full time. They might want to work 3/4 time instead. Well, then, if you produce one nurse, that means you need 1 1/4 nurses to be able to fill those hours. So, those are the things that are challenging in the system right now that require a lot of government support, because they're the ones that set the seats and fund the universities to be able to prepare these people.